Hello and welcome! Silrace here, and I haven't made videos for a little bit because I had nasty sinus infection and I still am suffering the after effects of it. I'm still eating antibiotics, still having my nose a little clogged, but at least I'm not having splitting headaches anymore and such. So it's time to make videos. And this game is out for everyone to play. War Thunder Ground Forces Open Beta. I played by now about 8 to 10 hours of it, and I have also played the closed beta. This tank I'm driving here is one of the early T-34s of the Research 3 for the Russians, and so on. So yeah, let's talk about the game, and this is basically just some of my brief impressions. I'll do more detailed videos, well, soonish. I quite enjoyed so far. First, let's talk about tank handling, because you saw me doing there a little bit of handling. Sometimes the tank handling is very strange indeed. It's like most of the time it feels good and such, but sometimes when you come fast around a corner, you can do 360-degree sliding spins and stuff. And I also have done a somersault in the tank by running full speed into a rock, going 360 degrees around the Z-axis, landing on my tracks and continuing driving. I don't know why my tracks didn't broke doing that. I also don't know why it even happened, but it looked hilarious and I am annoyed that I did not have my recording software on when it happened. Anyway, that about tank handling. Graphics wise, I think the selling point of this game is the low camera profile you are forced into. This is arcade mode, so there is red name tags over people, okay? However, the low camera angle means that you cannot always tell if you have a shot at an enemy or if they have a shot at you. You cannot look around the rocks to see if they are which way the other guy's gun is pointing from the other side of the rock and all that stuff. And obviously if you are playing simulator battles, you will have to deal with foliage and all that stuff, which obviously does not exist for me because I turned foliage off. Because you can do that, which is absolutely silly, and it makes all the game look hilarious, and so on. And with foliage, let's talk about invincible trees, because whoever designed those was a very strange person. There are some things in this game you can drive over, some smaller trees, like this one right in front of my tank right now, or to the right of it. This thing I can drive through, as you can see. However, there are bigger trees, and if you collide with one of those, you can knock out your driver, you can absolutely damage your tank and all those things. And also, do not entirely rely on that green, red, yellow thing to penetrate tanks. It doesn't always tell the truth. At least that's what I have found out by now. So, invincible trees, bad. You should be able to drive through every single freaking tree and knock them all down, okay? Or at least drive through them then, if you cannot knock them down. Because, oh. Anyway. So, with all that out of the way, how's the shooting and gun handling and stuff? Frankly, I find the damage model a little inconsistent at times, because it's like you can get different results shooting at the same exact location on the same kind of a tank, which is a little wonky at times. Why not? And speaking of that, a quick tip for anyone who is getting to play this game or is at least struggling a little. You see me fighting this wannabe Stug here. Shoot at the gun. When you are facing another tank like this, shoot straight at the gun. Because there is a good chance that you are going to knock out the gunner. And then it takes 6 seconds longer for the gunner to actually get back in action, and he can shoot back at you. So first shot well, I missed the 2 shots on it actually, but first shot there I was trying to stay straight at the gunner to try to stop him from firing at me. So yeah, there is that. But since you can be one-shotted by anything on the field, this game absolutely punishes positioning mistakes. You have to think your positioning much more. This is feels to me gameplay wise much more like a like I would do a Planet Side 2 tanking or Battlefield tanking, as opposed to World of Tanks tanking. In World of Tanks you're playing around with a hit point based system. If you go into a wrong position, you can usually get away from there without dying by, you know, simply having enough HP to be able to pull back into the cover. In this game, if you get shot in a bad position, you can be one-shotted. I still don't know how that shot, you know, blew up its ammo. It's like, I shot its track. Does the T-26 have ammo in the tracks? Anyway. There are some spectacular explosions in this game and such, that I give them, that is pretty nice. And I really, the camera angle is the big thing for me. And also, some of the gameplay is just very nice, change of pace from World of Tanks. Let's put it that way. So what else is there really to say, other than that I have been enjoying my time for the most part. Like, the game doesn't feel quite so campy as people expected. Obviously in simulator battles it can get a little bit campy, because everyone is trying to, you know, find the enemy and not die, because you don't have the red name tags. Let's talk about post-play screen then for a short moment, because there are some real big annoyances here. Firstly, you have to do all the research stuff, like you can see here, all the research stuff, before you can actually see the scoreboard and move on. Like, why couldn't this be saved, that it saves all the research points and you can do all of this in the freaking research tree itself? Instead you have to do it all here before you can move on, you know, to actually do stuff. Yeah, well, whatever. But there you can see the scoreboard. I'll see you folks next time. I'll do some more War Thunder Ground Forces videos.